Hello everybody, today is day 96 of talking to camera every single day for 100 days, and I'm not missing another day. I'm back here on the grind. Final chunk of the challenge. I'm just getting stuck right in. Hello, I'm here, come in, sit down. Today I wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule. Now, a lot of people, you've heard of it before, most likely. What the 80-20 rule is it's normally saying 80% of the results are from 20% of the effort, and that final 20% of the results are from 80% of the effort. Now, this can be seen, right? So let's put this into easy terms. If you go to the gym and you lift weights once a week, you'll get 80% of the results you want. You know, you'll be making really decent progress. But if you want to get that little bit more progress in the same amount of time, you've got to do the extra 80% of the work just to get that extra 20%. So it's saying that most of what unless you want to become like a professional bodybuilder, you don't need to be doing all of the extra stuff. You just need to be going consistently, right? You need the 20%. You need the basics. And that goes into literally everything. Now, I wanted to expand on that a bit more today, rather than just talking about the 80-20 rule as itself. But I wanted to just quickly come in here, explain what it was first. So yeah, that's what it is. 80% of the work for the final 20% of the results, but 20% of the work for the first 80% of the results. So most of the results you want are from the easy bits. Now, what is that 20% of the work that you can do to get the 80% of the results? Finding that is the important thing. A lot of people will focus on getting the final 20% of the results before they focus on getting the first 80%. And it is crazy that people do this. I don't understand it. You don't understand it. No one understands it. But like, for instance, when I did this, and I know a lot of other people that did this, when I first started going to the gym, instead of just lifting heavy weights and eating 3 meals a day that are somewhat healthy, I was like, oh, okay, I need to train this muscle group on this day. I need to train in this rep range for this number of sets. I need to have this exact volume. If I don't have this sort of form, and I just overcomplicated things massively. It's because I was striving for that final 20% when really I didn't need that. I just need the 80%, which I didn't focus on. And, I didn't focus on just having decently good diet, all right sleep, and, training in the gym. Literally all I had to do to get the results I wanted. But I spent all this time milling around like, I've got to have this amount of protein per day, and I've got to eat all of this, and I've got to focus on this and that and this and that. And because I was focusing on so many things to get that final 20%, I ended up forgetting about the first 80%. I wouldn't train as consistently because if I wasn't going to have a perfect workout, what's the point in going to the gym? Which is a really stupid mindset to have, because if I just did the 8% of the work, if I just turned up, had a workout, went home, I would have been far better off now than I am. Other than the only thing I've gained now is the experience of knowing that doing that, final 20% of the effort before you've done the initial 80% is futile and stupid. But we all make mistakes. It is what it is. This is just more of a warning. When you go into something new, right, you want to take the most baseline advice you can. Don't go the whole science method. I've done this with running, I've done this with the gym, and I've probably done this with countless other things. But don't do the whole sort of science-based, okay, I need to do exactly this. You're not a pro athlete. You're not in the top 10% of the world. You don't need to worry about that. Most of what you want is achievable within that 20% band of the effort. Focus on the 20% band of effort first. Put in the 20%. Don't focus on trying to give your whole 100% straight away, because you're not able to. You're literally physically unable to. You have other things going on in your life, hopefully. If you don't, maybe you need a bit more variety, but you're not... Unless you are training to become a professional, most people are in the gym to just improve their bodies. Unless you want to go pro, you don't need to be training like a pro. You just need to be training like a regular gym girl. It's just, it's something we all have to learn with time. I've seen major improvements when I start to focus on the 20% effort instead of the 80% of the effort. And yeah, I can apply that to all areas of my life. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.